Who joined now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Who joined now? Can you hear? Okay, we are going to start out with, I told you to inform to others. Akshat, can you hear me? Okay, Monica, you joined now, no? Is the screen clear? Is the screen clear? Okay. So we are going to start out with the light chapter today. So let's have the recall. Let's will start out with the, if suppose you are not listening properly, then please message me, comment me so that I'll say it once again clearly. So in this chapter, what we are having, so light. So if you can keep your book in front of you so that you can have a clear vision. The world is largely known through the senses, the sense of the light. If you remember, I told like we can, like if we are not having eye, we cannot recognize the color. So without nose, suppose we are not having sense organs properly, like we are having main 5 sense organs. In lack of any sense organ, we can survive. But in absence of eyes, it is very discomfort. We cannot recognize any color. Only we can perceive the shape of the object. So thus it becomes little difficult. What makes things visible? So how we can see the things from here? The topic is important. First paragraph is not important for this chapter. How the things become visible. So for that, when light falls on any object, if it reflects back and that reflected ray falls on the eye, then only we can see it. So how we are able to see? Have you ever thought how we see various objects? You may say that I see the object, but can you see an object in dark? So here, not because of only the light we are seeing. The thing is that the light is falling on it and the ray is again reflected to our eyes. When the ray is reflecting to our eye, then only we are able to see it. You learned in standard 7th that a polished or shiny surface can act as a mirror. A mirror changes the direction of the light that falls on it. So here the mirror is changing the light which falling on it. So what is happening in the mirror? When light falls on any object, like here the plane mirror how we have, suppose the light is falling on it, it get reflected. This is incident ray, reflected ray. So when this reflected ray will reach to the eye of the observer, then only we can see that object. So light is falling on any object. and after falling it is reversing back, returning back. When the ray will return back, then only we can see it. Now after that we have the next topic, like law of reflection. What is reflection? So here the ray which falls on the mirror is called incident ray, and the ray which returns back is called reflected ray. If we draw a perpendicular on the mirror, this is called normal. This is incident ray and this is reflected ray. Angle between incident ray and reflected normal is called angle of incidence and is represented by theta I. And angle between reflected ray and normal, theta R. So here both the angles are equal. Now theta I is equal to theta R. This is the first law. What the law states? Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Second, incident ray, reflected ray and normal all lies on same plane. They lies on same plane. So this is second law. This is one of the important topic. What is reflection? What is the process of bouncing back of light? Here the light is falling and it is returning back. So how we define reflection? Bouncing back of light is called reflection. And what are laws of reflection? So these two laws you need to remember. Incident ray, reflected ray, that is angle of incidence and angle of reflection is equal. Incident ray, reflected ray and normal, they lies on the same plane. So they are the two laws which you need to remember. Now next topic which we are having, that is, was the image erect or upside? Suppose we are seeing ourselves in a plane mirror. What are the different characters we have for the plane mirror? When we see, if suppose mirror is there and you are standing in front of that, how it will look? So image will have that it is straight only. It's a upside. That is, we say that image is straight. When it is straight, it is virtual. It cannot be taken on screen. And next, it shows lateral inversion. They can ask the question like, what are the characteristics of image by the plane mirror? So we need to write, it is always erect, virtual, and it shows lateral inversion. Lateral inversion means right will look like left and left will look like right. So these are the few characters. And then moreover, the image distance, whatever the distance between us and mirror, the same distance image will be there behind the mirror. So this we call image distance and object distance are equal. So this we are object and the image which is formed inside, both the distances are equal. This can be one more question. So here what you need to prepare? The first one, what is reflection? What are laws of reflection? That is second question. After that, what are the characteristics of image formed by plane mirror? Now we are having two kinds of reflection. One is called regular reflection and other is called irregular. So what is regular reflection? If incident rays are parallel to each other, then we get the reflected rays, they are also parallel. If parallel incident ray falls on the mirror, we get parallel reflected rays. So when the rays are parallel, we call it as regular reflection. For this, plane mirror is compulsory. You need to write that in plane mirror, parallel incident ray get parallelly reflected. In irregular reflection, if there is a rough surface, this rays will not be parallel, like they will be haphazard, irregular. Such kind of reflection is called irregular reflection. This can be one more question. Define regular and irregular reflection, or differentiate between regular and irregular reflection. Now the next topic, what is lateral inversion? Already I told. This definition can also be asked. That is, right looks like left and left look like right. That is lateral inversion. Is it clear to all? Are you getting the things clearly? There is no response. Janvi, why are you late? Okay, so here reflected ray can be reflected again. So here sometimes we can see the multiple images. What is happening here? How we can see multiple images? Suppose we are keeping two mirrors in front of us. Okay, if suppose we are standing in between, then our image will form on this mirror, and this image will act like object for this mirror. So it will get one more image here. Again, this image will act like object for this front mirror. So it will form one more image. So like that we get number of images internally. So when many images are formed in this way, we call it as multiple image formation. So what is multiple image? It's in page number 10. All of you can open your book to see it. You are aware that here they have given an example, mirror at the hairdresser shop. So here the dresser will, when we go for the haircut, the barber will show the person by showing the mirror. So here, so that he can see the back look. Now how the multiple images are formed? You are aware that plane mirror forms only a single image of the object. If it is a plane mirror, only single image will form. Okay, if only single mirror is there, single image is formed here. But if we keep two plane mirrors, as I told, if we keep two plane mirrors in combination, they will form multiple images. Too many plane mirrors forms multiple images. So yeah, can you now explain? There is activity 7.5. Two plane mirrors, set them at right angle to each other with their edges touching to hinge. When they can, then you can use the adhesive. So here, if suppose we are keeping two plane mirrors, if they are kept at right angle to each other, so it will act like a periscope. Okay, so two mirrors are taken and they are joined end to end at right angle to each other, and we joined it by using some gum. How many images of coin? So they kept a coin. Suppose we keep a coin here. How many images of the coin can be formed here? So now the hinge of the mirror using the adhesive tape at different angles. So here, if we keep a coin, we get the images, totally 4 images. So here for this mirror, one here, alternately one more, and then this mirror will be looked inside one more, like a one base, and then we can see 2 more images. So total for this object we see the 4 images. In the same way, this we kept for 90 degree. We can change the angle by 45, 60, 120, 180, and we can count out how many numbers of angles, images are formed. So that is the activity, and there is a formula to find out the number of images between the plane mirrors. That is 360 upon theta minus 1. So this you have in your IIT syllabus. 360 divided by angle, whatever the angle is given, minus 1. So here if we take angle as 90, 360 upon 90 upon 360 upon 90 is 4 minus 1. So here if we are getting answer as even, keep as it is. If it is odd, subtract 1. So here we will be getting 4 images. Next, for even, like if you are getting even number, then we subtract 1. If you are getting odd number, no subtraction. Directly we'll write 360 upon that angle. So here, as angle was 90, so it's 4 minus 1, we'll get 3 images. If it is given, like angle is 45, how many images will form? 9 5s are, 9 4s are 0. Now 5 8s are 40. Thus here 8, again we are getting even number. So it's 8 minus 1. So number of images will be 7. This can be your bit question. How many images will form? So for number of images, we need to use the formula 360 upon theta minus 1, where theta is the angle. So this also you need to memorize. This is of page number 12. Now by using this only, they developed the idea of kaleidoscope. So you might have played, generally the kids play with that. 3 triangular pieces are joined, and in this way, in a triangular way, a kaleidoscope is formed. It looks like a triangle. So here they keep a glass support, they completely close it. Here we have a little hole, some glass pieces are filled in it. So all the 3 glasses will be there. 3 pieces of glasses are joined together to form a kaleidoscope. When they see from this hole, they can see multiple images. Different patterns can be seen here. So this is also very interesting topic with which they can count out the number of images. So same technique we are using here. Formula is 360 upon theta minus 1. Now the next topic here we are having is sunlight, white or colored. So here sunlight is made up of 7 colors. Okay, it is a combination of 7 colors which we called Vibgyor. That is, it is the combination of violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. All these 7 colors combine together to form a white light. But when this white light passes from one medium to another medium, or if it will travel from prism, if you make this white light to cross out through prism, it will split out into 7 color band. So there we can get the 7 color combination. This process of separating of 7 colors, that white light is getting separated into 7 colors, is called dispersion. The process is called dispersion, and this band is called spectrum. That 7 color band is called spectrum. Now in page number 14, so listen carefully. Sunlight, white or colored. You learn that sunlight is reflected to as white light. You learn that it consists of 7 colors. So yeah, how we can get the 7 colors? When the light is made to pass through the prism, it will split out into 7 color band, which is called spectrum. For this, with this activity only, we are having rainbow formation. So the splitting process, splitting of light is called dispersion, and that band is called spectrum. These two can be one question like, what is the 7 color band is called, or what is the process of splitting of white light? So this is dispersion. Now we are having the next topic, human eye. So let's start out with the next topic. When we see eye is like a small camera. So you can see the diagram. So here we are having lens. So when we see the structure of eye, how eye looks, so it is having eye lens, then iris, this iris, then ciliary muscles. What is the function of the ciliary muscles? Eye lens is holded with the help of ciliary muscles. Okay, the ciliary muscles are adjusting the eye lens focal length. Means it is getting adjusted with the ciliary muscles. These muscles will contract and relax, which will make the viewer to see the object. Now cornea, the white portion of the eye is called cornea. Then after that cornea, we have the black color ball, which is iris. Just behind that, we are having eye lens. Eye lens are being attached with ciliary muscles. Then this optic nerves, in our body, we have different kinds of nerves for different purposes. Optic nerves, they are helping to have the visual sensation. So these optic nerves will receive the sensation of sight, and they send it to brain, and brain analyzes it, and finally we get the knowledge what we are seeing. Now the next one, this retina. Retina is the sensible screen where the image forms. So here the image is formed and we are able to see the object. So let's read human eye in detail. So this is an important point, important topic. So here We started with first one is simple only. The eye has a round shape. Outer one is called. So first they have given about cornea only. So what is cornea? This is the white color portion of the eye, which is called cornea. Behind the cornea, we find a dark muscular structure. So just behind there is muscular structure which is called iris, which I told like black color. Okay. The iris, there is a small opening called pupil. So when we see eye, how it looks. So the first one, the eye is looking like the white color portion. This complete is white portion, and then this black color one is iris. Inside the iris one more hole is there. So this hole is called pupil, and just behind the pupil we are having eye lens. This white part is called cornea, this is iris, and this is pupil. Pupil controls the iris. So this iris is controlled. Iris is controlling the pupil size. So what is the use of this? It makes that no extra light should enter into the eye. If suppose more intensity light will enter in the eye, it will damage eye lens. So thus to avoid it, it is controlled by iris. Now here, the iris is the part of the eye which gives it its a distinctive color. So we are getting the eye color because of iris. And when we say that the person has green eyes, it refers actually that the color of eyes, iris. So whatever the color of the eyes, we say that eyes are like cat. So all those, that is because of iris color. And then the iris controls the amount of light entering. This point is very important. Iris controls the amount of light entering the eye. Next, there are two kinds of cells we are having in the eye. One is called cone cells and other is called rod cells. Cone and rod. So what are cone cells? So it is cones and rods. So what are cone and rod? Cone, which are light sensitive. With the help of cone cells, we can identify whether the light is dim or dark. Okay, whether it is dim or bright. That is found by cones. Whereas the rod helps in color identification. So generally we say that the bull is running behind the red color, which is a wrong conception. Bull doesn't have this rod cells. It cannot recognize red color. Sometimes the people have color blindness. When the people are not having, suppose we are not having rod cells in our eye, we cannot recognize color. So this rod cells helps to recognize color, whereas the cone cells to say whether we are looking in the dark or bright. Now there is a blind point. What is this blind point? Now cone senses color at the junction of the optic nerve and the retina, there is no sensory cell. So where this optic nerve and retina, they are combining, there is no sensitivity. No sensory cells are there. So we cannot get any image over here. There is no image formation. So this place is called blind spot. Okay. This place is called blind spot, where there is no sensitivity for image formation. If suppose image is formed at blind place, person is not able to see it. Now let's talk out with the next topic. So here we are having one more activity. That is, impression of an image does not vanish immediately. That is, when we see something, we feel like, suppose you are seeing this paper which I am explaining. So whatever I am explaining, that will be in your mind for 1/16 second. This can be again 1 mark question. This is called persistence of vision. What is persistence of vision? When we see some object, it remains in our mind for 1/16 second. So that 1/16 second is called persistence of vision. After that, the object gets vanished from our brain. So here, with the help of this persistence only, this cartoon and all that movable pictures are formed. So here, they gave some activity. Get a square piece of cardboard of size 6 to 8 centimeter. Then make 2 holes to show the figure. So here we are making 2 holes to handle it with the help of thread and string, and draw a case. So here, they are not drawing all at a time. So in every picture, they will draw little bit like small pieces. So here, in one of the cardboard, they drew a bird. Another is empty case. So when they combined, they saw both. In our persistence of vision, we can see like we feel like the bird is in the case. So when they rotated it, so it will be like bird is in the case. The movie that we see are actually the number of separate pictures. So they make different pictures in proper sequence. They are made to move across the eye usually at the rate of 24 pictures per second. Again, this can be bit 24 pictures moves per second. So that is 1 upon 16th. Okay. So we are able to see the moving object. At a time we are not seeing the object. They are made to be like moving pictures. So many pictures are taken together and they are moved. Now the last topic is like care of the eye. Eye is very sensitive part. So we should take care of it. It should not be rubbed, or sharp object should not be taken near the eye, and we should wash it regularly. And if any medicine is taken to put in the eye, it should be taken only on the advice of the doctor, and then clean handkerchief should be used to clean it. So these are the few points which we can write like care of eye. And then we should not strain our eyes too much. That's also one of the point. And then the last topic for the blind people, that Braille language is introduced, with which where they have some embodied letters. By feeling those letters, they are reading the books. So who discovered it? So that's the last topic. There is much you need not to read much more in there. Only who discovered Braille language. Okay. Can anyone comment who discovered it? I'm waiting for your reply. So it is in the last page. On the name of that person, comment me. So Braille language is introduced by whom? Showing the name also. No one are commenting. Only saying yes. So here, Louis Braille, on the name of the Braille language was introduced, which is for visually challenged people. Okay, very good. So Louis Braille introduced a system where the blind people can have the reading capability. Okay, now this chapter is over. So once we can go through with the all examples. So Hindi is remaining. Do you want me to start out with Hindi? Or we'll do in class? Okay, now the topic is over. So I'm winding up the class. So if still any difficulties are there, we'll clarify it tomorrow. Thank you all for attending.